Hello, we have a quick warm-up for Unit 6, Day 1. So Unit 6 is on radicals and exponents. That means we need to remember what exponents mean to us. Radicals will just be square roots and cube roots and things like that we'll get into later. All right, so quick reminders. If I have 2 to the 6th, my 2 here is the base, and my 6 is the exponent. That's an arrow. And what this means is that I am multiplying the base times itself 6 times. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Once you work out that math, it's going to equal 64. Also on a calculator, and of course I don't have my scientific calculator right here, but on our calculators that we use in school, you would type the number 2, and then you would press the button that says y to the x. Sometimes it'll say x to the y. It's going to be something that shows you have a base and an exponent. So I press 2, and then I press the button that says y to the x. I'm telling it I want 6 to be my exponent, and then I have to press equals so that the calculator knows to figure out what is 2 to the 6th, and it will spit out the number 64. If you have something like -3 to the 4th power, something like that, then to put that into a calculator, you would put the number 3, then you would press the button that is switches your number that you've just entered to make it positive or negative. It's down near the equal sign. This is not the subtraction sign, okay? So you would make your number 3 negative, then you tell it that you want the exponent 4. You tell it equals, and 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, times 3 again is 81, and so it's going to be positive 81 because it is an even exponent, because that really means -3 times -3 times -3 times -3. And if you can't find the exponent button on a calculator, or it's just a 4-function calculator, you can always just say -3 times -3 times -3 times -3 on your calculator. Okay, so sorry for that little sidetrack. 2 to the 5th is going to be 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, 16, 32. 2 to the 4th, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, 16. 2 to the 3rd, oops, I'm sorry, that's what we have as our problem. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. 2 squared is 4, and 2 to the 1, you just have 2 all by itself, and we know that's 2. Okay, and this is getting you all set and ready for today's lesson, which is on exponents that are 0 or negative numbers. All right, so hopefully that sweeps some cobwebs out of your brain and reminds you about what exponents mean and what the base is. When we are looking at the trend here, every time we have gone down a row in our table here, we have decreased our exponent by 1. 6 minus 1 is 5, 5 minus 1 is 4. And if you look over here, each time we have gone from standard form, we have divided by 2, which happens to be the base. Okay, so every time we take our previous answer, if we are reducing the exponent by 1, we are dividing our previous answer by 2. Okay, that's a sneak preview. So we divided by 2 here. 4 divided by 2 is 2. All right. Reviewing exponents. 3 to the 3rd, that's 3 times 3 times 3, which is 27. -4 in parentheses is what is being squared. That really means -4 times -4. Negative times a negative is positive. This is positive 16. So try these on your own and then take a look back. Notice this -4 is in parentheses. Here, we want the negative of 5 squared. So we're going to have to take 5 squared first. This is going to be the negative of 5 times 5. It is the negative of 25. Okay, because that 5 is 5 being squared. Here it is -4 being squared. Okay, you may or may not know this. This looks like -x times -x times -x times -x. So if you don't know this one yet, this is super sneak preview. We haven't actually talked about the rules here. Negative times negative is positive, times negative is negative, times negative is positive. Your answer is going to be positive. And then I have x. If I have x times x, it's x squared. If I have x times x, it's x cubed. And so we're really working backwards from, whoops, I'm sorry, you can't see what I'm pointing at. We're really working backwards. Here, 2 to the 5th means that I have a base of 2, and I multiplied it by itself 5 times, right? Here, my base is negative x. I multiplied it by itself 4 times. But when I do that, I end up with x to the 4th, and it ends up being positive because that 4 is a positive even number, an even number. We'll talk about how you get there if you're not sure about that one yet. Okay, 2 plus the quantity negative 2 cubed. And so what I have to do is order of operations. Order of operations, GEMDAS. I'm going to do grouping first, no groupings. I'm going to do exponents next. So this is what I have to do next. I bring down the 2, and I have negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. That is negative 8. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. 2 plus negative 8 is negative 6. That's my answer. GEMDAS. So I have to do the exponents first, and then I can subtract. So 5 squared is 25 minus 3 squared is 9. 25 minus 9 is 16 is my answer. 7 squared minus the quantity inside those parentheses. I'm going to take care of this inside the parentheses because there's actually more than one thing to do here, right? I have to take the exponent, and then I want the negative of everything I do, okay? So I'm going to bring down 7 squared minus. Inside these parentheses, 3 cubed is what I have to do first. I want the negative of 3 cubed, so the negative of 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. Okay, make sure you understand why, when I bring that down, it's negative 27. It's negative 3 cubed. It is not the same as negative 3 cubed. It actually ends up being the same because those are odd exponents, but if they were even exponents, it would be a different answer. So just be careful there. Okay, 7 squared we can do now. We know that that's 49. Minus a negative is really plus. And so we get 76, I hope, as the answer. All right. Okay. And so we want the negative of 6 to the 1. Well, 6 to the 1 is just 6, so we want the negative of 6 minus 8 squared. 8 squared is 64. So you have negative 6 minus 64 is negative 70. Okay, so aside from number 4, which you may not have worked with yet, hopefully that brings back some fond memories of exponents in math. Thanks for watching, and we'll do our notes for Unit 6, Day 1 now.